Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Coffret and welcome to the Stream Hospital. So if you're not familiar with who I am, that's okay, you don't really need to. But what I hope that you've at least heard of, if not attempted to do things with, is a program called voicemeeter, also referred to VM or banana or potato. It comes in basically three flavors: voicemeeter, voicemeeter banana, and voicemeeter potato. The main primary differences between these, and there are some additional differences, but the main ones that most people care about the most is that the differences between them is that you get more inputs, more capable outputs, and some more virtual outputs. That is the primary difference between the three. But in this video, the main thing I'm actually going to be covering or trying to go over with you guys is whether or not voicemeeter is right for you in terms of what is it actually, what kind of person is it for, and why you specifically may not actually want to attempt to use it, and maybe some reasons why you may personally want to be trying to use it. So the general advice to people is that my microphone sounds shit, therefore the general recommendation, because it's what most people are aware of, is to recommend voicemeeter potato, or voicemeeter banana, or voicemeeter. And even big creators have done this. An example of somebody who I know has done this in the past is a guy called Gaming Careers. Great guy, gives a lot of great advice, but this is one of those mistakes that everyone in the gaming, streaming scene has done, and Gaming Careers isn't the only person who's done this. There are a lot of creators, there's a lot of people who do this, and I'm not saying voicemeeter is bad for that, but I'm gonna say it's not the correct tool for the job. What is so I guess really at this point what I should be explaining is what is voicemeeter, and what is it for. So voicemeeter is what I would call a routing and mixing tool. So some real world examples of what voicemeeter could be compared to in a correct traditional sense would be voicemeeter is like buying a Behringer XR18 or buying a PreSonus or buying one of the PreSonus Studio Live pieces of gear. It's got a lot of routing and it's got a lot of mixing capacity. However, its main job and tool is not to make your microphone sound better. It is not to EQ. It is not to have compression. It happens to be able to do these, and these tools may suffice given the right scenario. However, it is not its primary. It's not a tool that it's particularly good at. Now, I did say routing and mixing. Most people know about the mixing capacity with the sliders, not so much about the routing. And why do I say this? Well, the reason I say this is that you can use voicemeeter to mix your audio for your stream and for your mates in Discord if you do send audio in there. But the other thing you can do with it is, let's say you use a program that's referred to a DAW, DAW, or digital workstation, or you want to use something called a VST host. Right, you can send your microphone into one of these applications, have one of these tools actually do all the audio processing, since they are a more correct tool for that, and then bring that back into voicemeeter and route it out to your stream, route it out to your Discord, route it out to wherever you're using it. And this would be a more correct approach to processing your voice in voicemeeter. Now there are other tools you could use, like APO equalizer is a common one people also use, and this has been popularized by somebody called Francois Studio, somebody you might actually know from our voicemeeter tutorials. Now, as you can tell, as you guys might be able to tell already, I'm more about informing you guys about the correct usage and the way you really should be going about something, given the correct scenario and given the correct scenario, right? So far it sounds like a great tool, but how do I know if it applies to me, right? Okay, so basically what it comes down to is, do you need to do more than just adjust volumes for yourself, right? Does the volume between your microphone and your voice go beyond just adjusting the overall desktop audio and your voice? If so, that's where voicemeeter actually does come in handy, because there are ways around doing this. There are more complex ways in doing this, and there actually might be better alternatives to voicemeeter that might actually serve your purpose in some of these situations. Now, do you want to EQ your headphones but also have a slight adjustment to the way the game is EQ'd? Do you want to have an EQ for how your game sounds versus how your music sounds? These are scenarios where voicemeeter is great. But if all you want to do is mix, I'll be honest, voicemeeter may not be the best, the simplest tool for the job. You actually might be better off getting what's called a mini device, MIDI, and going a program called Mini Mixer, MIDI-MIXER. I'll link some examples of that, and there are plenty of good hardware. And what something like that would do is give you the control over each of the applications in Windows, but at the same time give you a physical mixer to adjust the levels, right? And at that point, really the only level control you're adjusting is the difference between your voice and the difference between the desktop. And I really think for a lot of streamers, that's all they need. Not saying that is the only solution, but the point here is voicemeeter is not necessarily the best tool in the toolshed for your scenario when we're looking at software solutions. Now, hardware solutions, there's a lot of different hardware solutions, and each one has its own drawback, each one has its own benefits for every situation. And in some cases, it might be the perfect tool, besides maybe a price point. But the point here is I am trying to let you guys be aware that voicemeeter is not the only tool, it is not the only option, and it may not be the option that you should go. Because to be frankly honest, voicemeeter does have its own issues, right? You may hear about popping, cracking issues. Sometimes this is more system related than it is actually voicemeeter related, but voicemeeter does have some stability issues around that. It does add a bit of latency. It's just an inherent thing by the software. It is not really, it's not. There are alternatives that give you better latency, but might be a bit more complex, or might require having certain pieces of hardware to prevent latency issues. But I hope this video has kind of helped ground you a bit on whether voicemeeter is something that you might want to invest in. And that's something I'm only just thinking of this now, and I don't know why I've only just thought of this. But if you're the kind of person who wants a separate audio mix for stream versus the audio mix in your headphones, there are alternatives to those as well. And voicemeeter can actually achieve that kind of thing too. That is actually a really good use case for voicemeeter, and I would say it's one of the very few use cases where voicemeeter is kind of needed outside of a hardware solution. And for those guys who maybe might be buying a GoXLR, you can in fact merge voicemeeter and the GoXLR together. However, most people buy the GoXLR because they want to get away from software solutions. But that is an option. And voicemeeter can be combined with mini devices like the X-Touch by Behringer, which I think is a good budget tactile device that would integrate really well if voicemeeter does in fact integrate well. I'm actually going to be buying one soon to test out how well it does, and I'll be demonstrating that in the mini mixer demonstration that I will be doing around this, because that's a good tool combination, I think. And I'll be showing how you would set up an X-Touch with OBS and inside of voicemeeter. So I hope this has been a good explanation for you guys on whether voicemeeter is correct or right for you. And the reason why I didn't make this video, or the motivation, is mainly because I've seen so many people go and try out voicemeeter, go through all the effort of sometimes setting it up and failing at it, or getting through those issues and just finding out it's not right for them. But honestly, I think this is and easier. It's easier to explain in a video whether something's right for you than it is for you to find out in some cases. Not saying that you shouldn't try it. I think you should, in fact, try it out if you think potentially it could be something for you. But what the whole reason behind making this video was to inform people who are, in fact, looking at it and aren't too sure, is it the right tool for them? Or what is the point of voicemeeter? Why should I get it? And I think this is a good demonstration video per se, or an introduction video to this series. Because in this series, I will be showing you everything from the simple things in voicemeeter to the way more advanced and complex portions of it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you guys later and enjoy the rest of your thing. And if you haven't subscribed and liked the video, please do so. It does help us in the algorithm, and we do want to get these videos out so we can get the information out there to those people who do need this information. Thank you guys, and please enjoy. Bye!